Hello again. I'm sorry I had a blooper before, so I had to delete it and come back on. So please forgive me that I'm late if you're trying to watch me live on Facebook. It just was one of those times. I had computer problems and I had printer problems, and I was prepared, at least I felt like I was, but things went haywire at the last minute, so I had to stop and start over. Welcome, I'm Joey. I'm with Create with Joey, and I have a beautiful class to go for you today. It's with Sophisticated Sled. It's a bundle from Stampin' Up! That is an online exclusive, and I'll share more about it with you as we go along. But as you jump on, I'd love for you to say hi and let me know where you're from. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. You're watching a replay of a Facebook Live, and I'm really glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. And if you enjoy the video, I would love for you to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you don't miss future videos. If you're on Facebook, I know some of you have let me know that sometimes you miss a live video. And you even actually look for it. So on my Create with Joey page on Facebook, if you look at the top right hand part of the page, you'll see 3 dots. And if you click on those dots, it gives you choices for how you want to be notified. And one of those is to be notified on every time that there's a post or I come on live. So if you click that, then you shouldn't miss anymore. Facebook should alert you when I am live on live video. All right, let's get to stamping. I've got some fun things to show you today. I've got 3 fun folds. I'm going to click a toolbar here, see if I can find it. There we go. And I'll go upside down, but you'll be right side up. So let me just kind of get this somewhat organized here. And I also have my iPad here, so I need to have my iPad synced up to the video so that I can see what you're seeing. And it looks like, yes, it looks like I'm in the right place, so that's good. Earlier I had said on my first video that I had to delete that you probably, or you might be noticing that I have one really red eye. That is from, I think I just poked myself in my sleep one night, a couple nights ago, but it seems to be getting better, just letting you know. Hi Diane, good, I'm glad you came back. So sorry about that blooper. Hi Jackie. Hi Cheryl. Oh good. Okay, so we need to move this just a touch, it looks like. Oops. Okay. Sorry for those of you that have little sensitivity to motion. I might be making you sick. I want to get in the picture here. That looks a little better. Still kind of crooked. Let's go this way. Is that right? Nope, wrong. Go this way. All right, we're going to go ahead and go with that. I took my glasses off. They glare so much in the screen when I'm on video. First order of business, I just have it out here so I don't forget to say it. There is a Stampin' Up! Sale this month through the end of August on the Designer Series paper that is in the annual catalog. Okay, so let me say that again. Not every paper in the annual catalog is on sale, but all of these are. So there's Bright and Beautiful, Countryside Inn, Country Lace, Country Woods, Full of Life, Lily Pond Lane, Mediterranean Blooms, Perennial Lavender. Remember that one? That was either in the spring catalog last year, but that is one of my all-time favorite papers. Take to the Sky, that goes with the airplane one. Thoughtful Journey, another absolutely gorgeous. These are 6x6. This is 12x12. To Market, Unbounded Beauty, super popular right now. Wildly Flowering, and Winter Meadow. Winter Meadow is one of my all-time favorite packages of paper. We're actually going to work with it today. Hi, Julie. Oh, you're having lovely weather today. You know what? We are too. I actually, for yesterday and today, I wore a lightweight little jacket on my walk. It was that cool, actually, which is just heavenly. So nice. Okay, my friends, this is Sophisticated Sled. This is a stamp set. Obviously, you can buy these separately, but if you buy them as a bundle, then you get 10% savings on it. It's $53. The number is 164134. Again, it isn't in a written publication, so the only place you see this is online. So these are what we're using today. I have to tell you, this was not in my first order when we could pre-order online exclusives. It was not on my first order. And then I started to think I would really enjoy making some stamps with it. Sorry, I'm turned away from the microphone, so you may or may not be able to hear me as well. I'm back now. Anyway, my point is I have grown to, I'm really enjoying this set. I have pretty much fallen in love with it. This is our first card. And so I really am excited about what I have to show you today. And I also chose it for my monthly Be Creative Club, which I'll talk to you more about that in a moment. But let's go ahead and get started on this. So these are these adorable skates. This actually is not in... This is not attached. After I looked at it, I thought, I think it needs something more, and I had this beside my workspace, so I just went ahead and put it on. But this is a easel card. You know I love easel cards if you've watched me very much. We do them periodically, probably more often than not, because people can love to have things they can sit up on their desk like this, you know. So this would sit on their desk. I'm trying to get the angle right so you can see it like this. And I just think it's so cute. It says, I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter, and this little greeting of yay all the way. So we are going to make this, we're going to make this one. Oh, you like it, Diane? Thank you. Oh, yes, this is that paper I was telling you about. Some of you know this paper very well because you are avid stampers and you have seen it, probably used it, maybe you still have some, maybe you'd love to have some more. But this is called Winter Meadow, and it is so stunning. It actually kind of gives me goosebumps to get it out and share it again because I haven't used it since it first came out, but now I used it on, I think, all these cards today, maybe at least 2 of them. And mine's pretty... obviously, I've used it a lot. This is one of my favorite prints here. But the colors in it here, that doesn't belong there. The colors in it are just so pretty. And I'm kind of just trying to give you a little idea of it. This is also one of my favorites. I almost used this, but I thought the images were too big for the sled and the skates. So, and the wreath. So this is... Okay, so and then the back side of this is like most Stampin' Up! Paper. It has kind of a more neutral, smaller patterns to either choose. Anyway, that's Winter Meadow, so we're going to use this today. It's such a beautiful paper. Yes, I've got my mojo back, Julie. I was sharing last week that I just couldn't get inspired. I couldn't narrow down what I was going to work on. I couldn't narrow down what stamp sets I was going to use. I just was staring, looking at things, not knowing how to even get started. But I do have my mojo back, and I'm excited about that. This little piece of DSP is, I think, 3. Yes, it is 3 by 4 1/4. And it fits on this perennial postage label. The perennial postage is a set of dies that all have this edging on them. Sometimes my adhesive doesn't want to work on, gosh darn it, what's the deal? On my glass mat. Not always, but of course when I'm on Facebook Live. Anyway, so this set of dies, I've used it quite a bit, like this in particular, just using it as a background. Or I've also used it where, you know, I've used the white side and then I've cut a mat for the back of it, and that usually looks nice too. So let's go ahead and actually do this inside of our card first. So let me grab, we'll kind of get everything ready to go here. Let's just stamp first. Let's just get that part taken care of. I had quite the morning getting ready. We just have a lot going on. My husband he actually had a seizure in the middle of the night about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Here's my scrap paper, I think. Wait, I don't want to use this. Yeah, this is scrap paper. And oh my gosh, so they don't really know what caused it, but we spent one morning at the hospital for tests, and then yesterday he had a neurology appointment. I'm using Memento Black, and I'm really inking it well because Memento Black, this is not a cushy pad. What I'm trying to say is a felt pad, so it doesn't let go of the ink quite as easily as our foam pads. So that's why I'm giving it a lot of ink. And then I'm giving it pretty good pressure here and holding it down a few minutes extra because these skate soles, I want them to be good and black. So let's see how we did. Yep, we did good. So that's it. Always have your Memento Black pad really well inked. And then just make sure if you're using especially photopolymer that you, Teddy's fussing, sorry, that you really ink your stamp well. Sometimes with beginning stampers, I see that as a, let me get this ready for you, mistake. That then they get frustrated because their image doesn't stamp really cleanly and clearly. So just make sure that you do those things and you'll get a good image. And then another thing I've shared for your photopolymer stamps when you're getting those ready, I take just a gentle pencil eraser and I rub it on the back of my stamps. Let me get my other, well, on the stamping side, you know, the raised portion of your stamp. I think I moved it, but I'm just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. And then rinse it off and clean it well. And then that takes off the little bit of coating there is from the factory. Yeah, it moved, but it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and go with that, so that'll work. But sometimes it's tricky to get those really clean images that are, you know, that are solid, the ones that you want to be all solid. So that's all we really have to do, I think, for prep on this. I think I've done the rest of it. So let me grab back all my bits. See if we've got everything. Where is everything? And then this, got this. And then I think I've already die cut my, yeah, I've die cut everything else. So we've got all that and ready to go. So if you put in a $40 order this week using this host code, you'll get the supplies for all these 3 cards in the mail from me. I will send you all the supplies. You'll also get a detailed PDF tutorial. Something's wrong with this card though. This is not lining up like it should. Can you see that there's a, I think maybe we better well, maybe I can just fold it. Let me hang on. I'm just gonna try and redo this. I'm busy talking about, I'm holding that together at the bottom here and recreasing this. It's just a little bit off. I'm going to go ahead and use it. It's going to be okay. Anyway, so you'll get what I'm showing you today in the mail, all the supplies. Now, anything that is stamped won't be sent. You'll have to stamp your own images. And then also, well, here, let's do this before we get this going. I've got too many things going here. Let's do this. Let's do this and this. So since we're going to put this silver wreath on, let's do that first, and I'm going to grab my mini glue dots. But so you get a PDF tutorial. It's detailed with close-up pictures and all the ingredients that I used, all the supplies I used to create the card. So you get that. Let's see, let's make this go a little bit this way. I'm not going to push it down too tight. All I'm doing with my mini glue dots is I'm just squeezing them, and this one I'm going to put a couple down on, like so. Like there we go. And then this one, let's kind of do this kind of more like well, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna kind of move this again. So this is very delicate, so I'm trying not to handle it too much. I'm gonna kind of go up like that and then kind of go, oh, whoops, 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 whoops. You know, Facebook Live things always go wonky. And then a little bit maybe like that. Let's see what happens when I bring, I'm trying to get both of them to show and it's not really cooperating. Let's go this way. Yeah, I think that's kind of okay. Let's actually make this whole thing move just a touch. Like, doggone it. I'm afraid I'm going to tear it, so I'm trying to be really careful. And then let's go kind of like that. See, I think that helps. Yeah, that way both the silver and the glitter paper show. Now that glitter paper is from a set of 3 called, what's it called? I think it's called 3 Color Glimmer Paper. So you get the Pretty Peacock, you get the Petal Pink, and you get, this is either Fresh Freesia or Highland Heather, it's a purple. And I love the Pretty Peacock, although I love all those colors and I've used them quite a bit. But let's go ahead and do, I think I'll do my bow first. This is still not centered. If you saw me make this card, I threw this together fairly quickly and now I'm putzing with it. And I'm not sure why I'm having to putz with it quite so much. I'm trying to get both of these to show, and it's okay, we're just gonna go with that. You know, and that's even better. So I think my putzing is working out. But if you haven't watched me before, I love glimmer paper, and so I use it. I use it a lot. It just makes me happy. It's sparkly and shimmery and so pretty. It catches the light and I just really like it. And right now we have it in a lot of colors, which is really nice, including white. Now, we didn't have white for a while, but now we have it. It's also an online exclusive. It comes in a pack of white, berry burst, and old olive. So I think we're going to use white yet today on one of the cards. I can't remember exactly, but let's get our skates here. And again, I'm not pushing this down too much. Then I'm going to grab my ribbon with the silver edge, I think is what I used here. Oh no, I used the Pretty Peacock ribbon. So this Pretty Peacock ribbon has gold shimmer in it. It's called Pretty Peacock and Gold ribbon. The shimmer is not a real gold. It's a little bit more like champagne. It definitely isn't silver, but it's not super gold either. So I find it goes with a lot of things that you might not think it would go with. So I've used it with silver. We're obviously using it with silver today. And I want a fairly small bow. I might need to make this even a little bit smaller. Because I don't want it to cover up all the things we were trying to make show. So I'm going to try, and I'm a little closer to you. I see that pretty close to the camera. And then let's trim it just a touch more so we don't cover up our glitter. There we go. But this is one of the papers that is on sale. The Winter Meadow paper is on sale. And here's the thing, it is on sale all month. Just getting my everything organized right here. It is on sale all month, but here's the thing, when they run out of something at Stampin' Up, it becomes unavailable. We don't do back orders anymore. And then you have to wait for it to come back in, and that's the catch, because if you can't order it until after August 31st, it might not come in time if it becomes available. I didn't show this one as being on low inventory, so I think we're good with this. All right, let's do the inside. There's the outside. The inside, so I took this sweet little snowflake stamp, and I'm going to just grab a piece of scrap paper here, and we're going to make this the bottom of our card. So I'm going to take Pretty Peacock ink, and then I'm going to stamp this off actually. So I'm going to stamp off like this, and I'm just going to make a few background snowflakes here. I'm turning my stamp to not have them all look the same. And that's probably maybe one. Let's see what happens when we have our greeting here. How this is going to work if we need. Oh, I think that's pretty good. So we'll call that good. And then the greeting I did, I think in black. Oops, where's my sample? No, I did that in Pretty Peacock too. So let me grab the greeting. Let's clean this off. I always find it's a good idea to keep my stamps cleaned in my work area, because if I don't, I for sure lay down cardstock on top of them, or I don't realize it's touching it. So that's a good thing to do. And I hope your day, I think that's this one. Yes, I hope your days, plural, are filled with fun and laughter. The sayings in this are just really cute too. But I was starting to say I have really fallen in love with this set. So as I said, I chose it for my Be Creative Club this month as well, because it seems like a lot of you are liking it too. That's not exactly straight, but you know, we're just gonna deal with it. It's a handmade card, so there you go. I just think of, I was thinking about it this morning. I think the reason is because it's very nostalgic for me. The sled itself, both the dies and the stamp are so reminiscent of a sled that we had as children. And my mom would take us sledding. There was a monastery on the outskirts of the town that I lived in, and they had a lot of hills there. My mom and dad had a bakery when I was growing up, and my dad would take the day-old bread. My dad made all the bread, you know, from scratch every day, and we would take the leftover bakery buns and bread and all of that to the monastery, and gave that to them there, the monks there. And then we just had a good friendship and relationship with the monastery. So there were a lot of hills on the site where the monastery was, and my mom would take us sledding there. I have one brother, and he was at home with me. I'm gonna just put this maybe about a ½ inch up, like so. So it's, oh wait, I forgot something. Yikes. Too busy talking about sledding when I was a kid. But anyway, I remember it really well. It was red. The metal parts were red. And I think it was wood. I don't actually remember the sled itself. I think it was wood. But I do remember that the runners were red. And we would get on it together. My brother's 2 years younger. I'm the oldest. And we'd get on that sled together, and we would go up and down those hills for hours. We need this. We need adhesive here for this. Now this is Pretty Peacock. Oh gosh, I used the wrong side. Well, here. That's all right. We'll go like this. To put adhesive on. Gosh, I can't seem to talk about my childhood and stamp at the same time. There we go. Like that. Well, you get the idea. Like this. Anyway, we would write on it together, and sometimes he'd be in front and sometimes I'd be in front. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Goodness gracious, that was kind of a deal there. All right, now let's do this. Now, if you're gonna make this easel card, you don't want this part to be glued down. So I'm going to actually use a tape runner for this. You could use dimensionals, but it would take me, you'd probably need a good 6 dimensionals if you're going to use dimensionals. But I'm turned it over so that I can see this fold line so that I'm below it. So I'm going to come up here. Now I know that my adhesive is below that fold line, and I'm just centering this on the front like so. So then the top part is going to be loose like this so that it sits up. Okay, so there's the basis of our card. We need our greeting. And this little strip is just a strip of basic white, and it's like 3/8 inch, and then I don't really pay too much attention to the length of it. We're gonna do Yay All the Way, which is another cute greeting. But the other thing my mom did would take us ice skating. My dad was a workaholic, and we didn't do actually a lot of family things together, but my mom did a lot of things with us and took us to do lots of things. And we also ice skated quite a bit when I was a child. And these ice skates look just like my ice skates. I think I actually still have ice skates. I don't know where. We moved 4 years ago, and there are still some unpacked boxes. I stamped this greeting with Pretty Peacock, and then I'm going to just put it on maybe right about here. I don't want to cover up too much of my skates, so I want to be kind of careful there. So I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals. So I haven't visited with you because my screen is, well, I am visiting with you, but as far as checking on your comments, my screen on my computer is dark, so that's where I see your comments. I will refresh it in just a minute, maybe when we get this card done, and I can visit with you a little bit. By the way, I do always come back and answer your comments or questions. So if you're watching replays, I'm so happy you're here, and I'll be back. If you have a comment or question, I will definitely come and respond to it. These are the adhesive backed sequins trio. This is in the annual catalog, and I love them for this paper because there's white, can you see it's kind of an iridescent white, and then the Pretty Peacock, and then I don't think these are called Pretty in Pink because we didn't have Pretty in Pink until this year, but they're very pink toned. And so they go with a lot of things. A lot of times with embellishments, you can make them work even if they're not the exact color. Although Stampin' Up! Does such a good job with giving us matching colors for ribbons and paper and markers and everything. So, and I love Pretty Peacock. And I love sequins. Look at that. Didn't that turn out pretty? I was just so excited about this. All right, let me share something with you. I'm going to, while you're looking at this, I'm going to pull up your comments, and then I have another card to share with you. And of course, I've completely even lost the page. What the heck? It didn't even stay on my page. So let me get there. I'm sorry, you guys. Technology. Ugh. And I get by with it, but I'm not an expert with it. Oh, okay. So my comments have not caught up, but I can see what you're seeing, so that's good. Postage die cut. Yes, Kathy. Okay, my comments just refresh. This is from Perennial Postage. That's this set of dies. I know they're a hot mess, but these are the Perennial Postage dies. They're $33. The number is 162607. 162607. I know you can't see that. It's too little. But at least you'll be able to find it by the name if you're looking for it. Hi, Jackie. You like the Pretty Peacock color? Oh, Julie, I'm glad. Thank you. All right. I'm going to tell you that I started all these cards last week and I did a completely different set of papers. So I used the Traditions of St. Nicholas paper, and this is another one that I created. Now, this is kind of a hot mess because I tore it apart once I decided to change papers, but then I thought, why am I tearing apart? I'll just remake it. So this is the St. Nicholas paper. I hope you can see it. And same design, and only different. Only thing I changed was the colors. The St. Nicholas paper is not on sale. I had these designed before I saw the list of what was going to be on sale, but it is an online exclusive, so you can find the St. Nicholas paper there. I'm just going to put in the comments what it is, so if you want to find that, you can find it. It had a matching stamp set, which is not available, but the paper is still available, and it's very Christmassy. So I've got a lot of cards to show you today. Okay, good. I'm glad you liked that one. Let's move on and do our second card. Now this card I designed, same card, basic design, only I used, this is the card. So we're going to do 2 cards using this fun fold today. It's a really easy fun fold, but I think it's really fun. And it doesn't take a lot of time if you like to do fun folds. So let's get all of our parts out here. We do have to stamp the wreath, so maybe we'll do that first. What is this? This is telling me something that I thought you needed to know. I think that's the size of that. So let's, before I lose all this, we're going to do the stamping and then we'll get this back out. This is, of course, the Winter Meadow paper that I love. Who out there also has the Winter Meadow paper already, or it's on their shopping list, your wish list? Who has the Winter Meadow paper on your wish list, or you already have it? I'd be interested to know that, because if you've been stamping for a while with Stampin' Up, you probably have this paper, or you have used it. Maybe you've used it up. Otherwise, you might have it in your collection. And it's just been an all-time favorite. It did sell out at least once or twice, but it's available. And it is, as I said before, I think I said this is one of the ones that's on sale. All right, so what I did for this is I picked the colors, some kind of non-traditional colors for this that I pulled out of the paper. So what I picked for this is Blueberry Bushel. Look at my cards are falling around. I've got to move them out of the way. Okay, get my markers out here. So I've got Blueberry Bushel here. I've got also a mess here. Here's Blueberry Bushel. And then Shaded Spruce is another color. And what else have I got here? This is Light Shaded Spruce. This is probably Dark Shaded Spruce. And then this is Light Shy Shamrock. And this is Pretty Peacock. And as of right now, I do not remember which of these I used as for light and dark, because I don't think I did any shading on this. But we're going to go ahead and take our... sorry, I was looking at the comment, caught my eye, a comment came in and I turned my head. So we're going to start with light. I think I used light Blueberry Bushel because, as you can see from the berries here in the paper, they're a little bit light. I'm not going to take the time to do any shading on these today because you probably have better things to do than sit here and watch me color. But I did want you to see the color combination come together using the DSP as your inspiration. So I think the Dark Shaded Spruce, I'm kind of looking at how I did this one. I think the bigger leaves, so there's 3 colors of leaves in here. Well, there's 3 shapes of leaves, I guess I should say it that way. And these kind of long ones, I'm using the dark shade of spruce. Now, if you like to color and you want to take more time with this would be beautiful if you took the time to use your light and dark markers on each of these leaves, but I'm not going to do that today because it's Facebook Live and I don't want to waste your time, but I do think these turned out pretty together. So then I think I used the light shade shamrock. Oh, I'm not 100% sure. It's either the light shaded spruce or the light shade shamrock. We're going to go with that. No, I don't think that's right. I think it was the light shaded spruce. I think maybe I tried this one, but then I thought, no, it needs to be the light shaded spruce to go more with the paper. Yeah. This one's just a touch darker than that one. Okay, I'm looking at my sample. I'm not 100% sure, but you get the idea. Pull your colors out of the paper, especially something that's as busy as this one. This is a pretty busy wreath. There's a lot going on, a lot of small detail on it. And then I did take the light pretty peacock and I did these kind of long leaves. I have a eucalyptus wreath that I love. I made it. A friend of mine and I took a class many years ago and I still have it. Oh my gosh, I remember. We wrapped eucalyptus leaves on picks. Has anybody ever done that? Oh my gosh, our hands and fingers were so sore from that, but I still have my wreath. It held together and it's really pretty and it still smells good. Okay, there we go. Let's get to it. We're good. Let's go ahead and stamp our greeting and then all of our stamping is done. I have the greeting tag. The greeting tag I die cut from the Stylish Shapes frame. So let's go ahead and stamp that, but I did that again. I did that ahead of time, just again to save a little bit of time. Let's go ahead with black ink for the greeting for this one, and then I'll have to find my stamp here. Good tidings, yes. Okay, so part of my, this set could definitely be a Christmas set, and I'll show you another card I made with it using the St. Nicholas paper, but it can be just winter as well. It could actually be pretty good for a birthday card. I might get my head in the camera here for a minute trying to get this straight. There we go. Okay. I think that's another reason why I really like it, because with the sled and the skates, it's more versatile, and the wreath, it's more versatile than just Christmas, which is what I really love about it. One of the things I love about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our die cutting machine and we'll go ahead and get this die cut, and then we're ready to put our second card together. Now sometimes with this wreath I have to, let's see, am I in the picture? I can't see if I'm in the picture, but I think I am. Sometimes I have to spin this a bit. I'm kind of looking at this shape right here. I think this should go like this. Yeah, there we go. I think, let me spin it just a little bit more this way. There we go. I think, hang on, I'm not 100% sure. This is so detailed. I'm close. I can tell I'm really close. Just not quite. There, I think there. It takes a moment with this particular one. At least it takes me a moment there. I think that's right. Because this is so close to the edge here, I'm going to take, oops, not that. I grabbed the wrong tape. I'm going to take a little bit of Post-it tape and tape this down so it doesn't move. There we go. All right, so we'll do this one. But I do like blue and green for winter. I've even used blue on Christmas cards before. I always think of blue in winter, I guess, because I live in Nebraska and we do have winter weather here, and it sometimes is very blue. What can I say that? Blue snow, kind of. I don't know. A lot of times in winter when I look outside, I just see a lot of blue in the sky, in the snow, kind of that icicle type of blue. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, I always think of blue a lot of times for winter cards. So this piece, this base piece is basic white thick, and it is 4 1/4 by 8 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So if you take, if you put in an order, you'll get all these measurements in your PDF. They'll have all that. Okay, so now this is going to be a little bit busier than this one, but this particular print is our, can I say it, our like winter scenes. That's not a good way to say it. It's all one scene, kind of, with all these beautiful branches coming in from the edges of the paper, like this. But I think this works. And then this is another one. And I did think about using this side on these, but I went for busyness, so we'll see if you think that works. I'm gonna stick with it for this card. And this piece of DSP is gonna be, oh, let's see, 2 3/4. Let's check it. I think it's 2 3/4 by 4. No, 2 1/2. 2 1/2 by 4. If you're trying to keep track of measurements. The same with this piece of basic white that I have put that through the embossing folder, the Snowfall embossing folder. So, and this is gonna go like this. So that's how our card's gonna go. So this one goes on the outside like this. Now, normally I would use glue, liquid glue, when I use an embossing folder. I most often use liquid glue because it holds it down to your mat a little bit better than tape, but right now I'm going to use a tape runner just to save time. Then the same thing, these two panels are the same. That's probably obvious, but just so you know. So this white panel is also 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. Is that what I said? No, gosh. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing because I want you to know how to do it. 2 1/2 by, yes, 3 3/4. Gosh. I was listening to a podcast on memory this morning. Oh, sometimes I'm like, good heavens, good tidings. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tape this. I'm just centering this on the inside of my card like so. Again, if I was making these to send for Christmas or to store for a while, that is crooked as can be. Hang on. I would use glue. Unfortunately, right there, I didn't use glue, so I can center a little better. Let's see what we've got here. Helps me to kind of look at there. That's much better. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Then we've got our wreath. Let's go ahead and let's kind of do, this is going to go like this. Let's go ahead and get the dimensionals down. Who else uses blue for even Christmas cards? Anyone out there like blue for Christmas? Or are all my red and green lovers out there? Let's just put it this way. Do you like non-traditional colors for your Christmas cards? Who likes non-traditional colors? That would include blue for Christmas.
All right, let's go ahead and get this guy down. I'll look at your answers in a minute, or if you're watching on replay, I'll come back and I'll see what you think. If you prefer traditional Christmas, or if you like to branch out to some non-traditional colors sometimes. We have a nursery, a beautiful, beautiful nursery in town. It's locally owned, and they do huge displays of Christmas trees, and they do them in all colors. So there's some traditional ones, and then there's some non-traditional ones, and they're just beautiful. They really give you lots of ideas of color schemes if you want to stick with traditional Christmas, or you want to branch out and try non-traditional. So last year, Steve and I was really ready for a change. We had done red and gold balls on our tree with white lights for many, many years, and we both really liked it, and we had it for a long time. But last year, I just wanted to make a change, and I went with white poinsettias, big, big poinsettias that I stuck in my tree, and white berries, and some kind of silver, and then kind of champagne balls. We splurged. You know, sometimes they have big sales like at Michael's when they first put out Christmas stuff. So we bought non-traditional colors, I would say, and I loved it, and Steve liked it too. Oh, here I have my note on both sides that I didn't use. So this panel, this white one and this inside one, are both 2.5 by 3 3/4. This one is 2.5 by 4. Okay, so just so you know, in case you won't be getting the PDF. Okay, let me go ahead and let's add some bling on this one. For this one, I went with our traditional basic rhinestones. I love these. If I can only pick one embellishment that Stampin' Up! Sold, I would pick this one. I'm not sure my lights, I don't feel like, oh, I think I lost one of my lights. But it's back on, so if that was dark, I apologize. It should be good now. All right, let's take our rhinestones and let's put some. For this card, I put some on the wreath as well as the card itself. So our rhinestones have 3 sizes, which we don't always have multiple sizes in all of our embellishments. So we have some tiny ones, so a few there's a couple rows here of medium ones, and then some bigger ones. So there's a lot of small ones, so I'm going to take these tiny ones. I'm not necessarily going to put them on the berries. I just want them to show. So I'm going to take some of these little tiny ones, so it has some sparkle on the wreath, and there's our card. I didn't put an inside greeting on it, but just to save time, but I will put an inside greeting on it. And so there is our fun fold. I don't even know what this is called, what this is possibly called, but it's a fun one, and I want to show you my my Christmas one that I did. So the Christmas one I did, I kind of changed it up a little. This is with the golden greenery paper that's available in the online exclusives. It is not on sale, but it has gold on one side, and then so this was our alternative card, and this is our winter meadow. This is golden greenery and winter meadow. So there's card number 2, and while I get organized for my 3rd card, I'm going to pull up your, oh, you like silver and blue? Julie, you did pink and macaron with mint macaron and pink and silver. Oh, that sounds pretty. Diane, non-traditional at your house. You are a big blue fan? Oh gosh, all my people are liking blue and green. Jackie likes blue and green for Christmas. What the heck? I don't know what happened with this comment here. I'm going to delete it. Somehow it's putting you towards another demonstrator. That was kind of weird in the comments. All right, so there we've got our blue. Let's go ahead and I'll get ready for the next card. I do want to show you, I'm going to give you a sneak peek because I really didn't do this before, of my sophisticated sled cards. Usually I make a dedicated video and I show these, but these are the cards for some of you have already signed up for this that are watching, my Be Creative Club. So what is Be Creative Club? It is a subscription club, but you can also just purchase 1 month if you want just the cards for that month. But it's a little bit more expensive if you do it that way. But it's we meet in person the 4th Thursday of every month at 6:30 p.m. You get you get supplies for kits for 5 cards usually. Sometimes there's a 3D, but usually it's 5 cards. 5 project kits, you get up to $25 worth of Stampin' Up! Goodie bag, your printable PDF with details and detailed instructions, and you save on, so I let you get the bundle without tax and shipping added. I pay the tax and shipping on it if you want to add the bundle we're using that month, and then after 6 months, if you subscribe for 6 months, you get a $25 gift certificate for anything that you want. It is $37 a month. And it's $45 if you need shipping. So $37 if you can do porch pickup or you want to come in person, and $45 if you need shipping. Okay, you need to subscribe by the 10th of the month. If you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, I will later put in the comments on Facebook. I'll put the link, and on YouTube it'll be in the video description if you want to subscribe or get this month for 1 month. All right, so here we go. Here's number 1. And here I loved this black and vanilla ribbon with this set of paper. So this is a new set of paper in the online exclusives. I think it's called Celebrate Everything. I'm not sure, but that's my Be Creative Club. There's your little sneak peek if you're interested in that, or you can always just message me and I'll send you the link to be part of it. Okay, now my last favorite card. I really hesitated with this card because there's a lot of steps to it, and I'm trying to not have you be on with me forever on Facebook Live, but okay, you guys, come on. Isn't this the cutest? Oh my gosh, I just think it turned out so cute. Yes, it's pink. So those of you who aren't pink lovers, you might not love this card, but I love this card. So I'm only going to die cut one thing with you guys because I've already done all of it. So what we're going to do is actually the sled itself. So let me get out the die for that. This die is for the body of the card, and this cuts the top of the sleigh part, and then this is the body of the sleigh. So let's go ahead and die cut that, and then actually we are ready to just put this card together. So let me grab that die cutting machine. I sometimes do 4 projects for my class to go. Lately I have been doing 4, and I ask, it's a thank you for a $45 order, but this week it's gonna be a thank you for a $40 order. And let's go ahead and just cut that. Now this paper is from the Country Woods designer paper, and it's on sale. It's one of the ones that's in the annual catalog, and it is on sale for 15% off. Also, the pink paper I'm using is the, okay, Flowers in Bloom. Let me grab it. I'm going to call it the right thing. Oh, Unbounded Beauty. I was close. One of the stamp sets that goes with this set of paper, it's called Unbounded Love, and this one is called, what did I say? Unbounded Beauty, I think. So that's this paper. That's where I got the pink Unbounded Beauty. There we go. Okay, and we've got this ready to go. So I like the weathered look of this paper. This is the, as I said, this is the Weathered Woods paper. So we're just going to go all out in pink for this card. So here's our sled. Let's go ahead and assemble our sled first so I can show you how to do that. Now, I have to the side of me, because there were so many tiny pieces. Usually if there's tiny pieces, I just wait and do the die cutting until you're live with me so I don't lose track of it. But right here, since I have cut quite a few, I keep this little mat. It comes with your glass mat if you are interested in getting the glass mat, or if you have it. I use this little tray all the time, and I put my extra die cuts in it. Oh, you like the pink? Yay! You guys are my people. So that's really fun. I'm so glad you like it, because I know not everyone's a pink fan. Can you believe that? It's hard to believe, I think, but it's true. There's part of this sled that there's some little tiny pieces. I guess they all fell out, so we're good. Then I went ahead and cut for the slate, for the rails, I cut a silver one. And let me go ahead and put this up here. You know, for my sample, there wasn't quite as much as this kind of wood showing through in that yellow. So I'm looking at, what I'm trying to say is I'm looking at my sample and going, my wood is whiter on my sample. So I don't really love this much yellow showing through on our pink sled, but we're going to mostly cover it up. All right, now what I want to show you a few things about this. There are these tiny holes right here, and you need those to line up on the base of your sleigh. Otherwise it looks weird. So that helps you know where to put those. Okay? So that helps you line that part up, and that's kind of the same thing on the base. I'm using my silicone mat. A silicone mat, if you don't know, is it doesn't hold adhesive, so adhesive will peel right off of it. All right, well, we're going to come down here kind of like this, and again, these little tiny holes, I'm lining them up with the rails on my sleigh. So it helps, that just kind of gives you a guide of how to get these all lined up the way they're supposed to be. Okay, so there's that. Now while we're doing this, let's go ahead and put our skates together, because I also want to show you that. You know, I have another one cut here. I'm going to use this one because it's just a little bit whiter. There's more white in the paper. Does that make sense? I might use a mini glue dot on this, just to have a little bit more control over where the ink is, or where the adhesive is going. So I'm gonna just put a mini glue dot there in the center, and then this is still kind of sticky, but I think I still need a little bit more. So hopefully I'm in the picture. On my iPad it looks like I'm in the picture, so that's good. I did another card with this for Facebook Live. It's in my videos on my summer camp videos. So if you're on my my YouTube channel, you'll find a playlist of, it's called Summer Camp. And I did a very fancy fold with this stamp set one of the days of summer camp. So I have shown this before, but again, I've fallen in love with it, so I've just been using it a lot lately. All right, we've got that. Let's put our skates together. So I've got a couple pairs of skates here cut, and then the laces on these are really pretty fun. There's a lot of detail on these skates, but they're really cute. So I'm going to go ahead on the back of my skate. I'm going to make just one strip of adhesive here, because right at the bottom of that slit is where the pink has to fit in. So when I turn it this way, I'm trying to get close so you can see me. Maybe not that close. All right, so then I'm going to slip in this little pink laces, like so. And then I'm just going to push them with my finger. They line up. If you just push with your finger like that, they line up really well with this part of the skate. Make sense? So yeah, it's kind of putsy. Those of you that like putsy, you're like, oh, I'm all over that. Those of you that don't like putsy might be thinking, I really like it, but I would probably have to make sure I had a cup of coffee or a glass of wine and I had plenty of time to putz with it. You probably don't want to be in a hurry when you're making this kind of a card. You probably want to have time to really sit down and craft. Okay, now let's just keep building this. Let's go ahead and put our gorgeous, this is Pretty in Pink glimmer paper. It's in the group of the 2024-2026. That's how you find it online. 2024-2026. All of those numbers. Designers in color glimmer paper. That is the total name of this. 2024/2026 glimmer paper, in color glimmer paper. Sometimes online, to find something, less is more. The less words you put in, sometimes the better. All right, we're going to go ahead and stagger the top of this sleigh. I've got so many ideas for pink, this stamp set and pink. I don't know why. You know that those of you that are familiar with a lot of Stampin' Up! Products, oh, we need this silver on our skates. The duck pond paper, it's in the annual catalog. It's 6x6 paper. There's a pink plaid in there. And I kept thinking about that last night about, oh, because I have another fun fold I really want to show you. So that might need to wait for next week, or it'll come in my email, maybe to my newsletter. I send a free email to my newsletter subscribers. A free email, Joanne, think about your words. A free PDF tutorial, a free project sheet to my email every week. Sometimes more. Once in a while less, but most of the time at least one. Okay, let's go with this. But I was thinking about that pink and white gingham paper. It's not really plaid, it's gingham. And a fun fold that I want to show. So we'll see if that appears in next week's video or it comes in a PDF tutorial. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with it, but I have a cute idea. All right, these skates, I kind of want this one. I kind of want them to go like that, the way they're going to sit here. So I am not going to try to hook up twine to these skates so that they actually look like they're hanging. They're just going to kind of be mid-air skates. On my fancy fold that I did for my summer camp, I did line up the string so that I could hook up my skates to the string, but it's one step more of tediousness. And I just don't want to waste your time, because you can do that certainly if you want to. All you would do is put adhesive on the back of your skates that you can hook up your string to, but it is a little bit more tedious, so we're not going to do it. I'm going to take linen thread. Mine's kind of a hot mess. I'm at the very end of my roll of linen thread and make a bow. I did like the look of the linen thread with all the pink and glitter. I don't know why. I just like the contrast of it. Maybe you think it doesn't work because it's not white or glittery or shiny, but that's kind of exactly why I liked it. All right, let's go ahead and take our mini glue dot and let's go ahead and I'm just sticking it on and I'm just pinching it like this, and I'm going to put this right at the top of our sleigh. Oh, come you guys. I mean, I know it's tedious, and I'm not really one that likes tedious very much, but I do love this, and for me, it's worth the work. Sometimes it's just worth the work of it. It just is. You just have to not be in a hurry, because then it's no fun. Because it's not a fast process when you have all these tiny bits. All right, let's put that to the side. And then let's go ahead and let's stamp our greeting. This is a strip of basic white that is 3/4 inch wide by maybe 3.5 or something. I'm taking Pretty in Pink ink, and I am looking for my greeting. Let me see where it is. So what do I have on this? I hope your day, oh, I used the same one. I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. Just because I used black, I'm going to, or Pretty Peacock, I'm going to make sure there's no Pretty Peacock. Am I live? Oh gosh, I know. I'm sorry, Kathy. I can see you're saying. I don't know what's going on. I have to come back. I'm going to go off. You guys, if you're still watching, I'm going to